It's alive. Refreshing. Nothing. There it is. Cool. Alright, so welcome in. This is the inaugural podcast of the Cart Shop Machine.
Episode 1.
So episode 1, we've been wanting to do this venture for quite some time. We've talked about it for I don't even know how long. Probably at least 6 months or so. We've been talking about it. So finally we convened, and this is the start of the podcast. So welcome in. If this is this is obviously going to be your first time watching.
Thank you for being here. Appreciate you.
But anyways, this is going to be on 2 different platforms. We're going to do a live video on YouTube every time, and we're also going to record and upload this to a podcatcher of some sort, probably Podbean, something that we're going to look into moving forward. And we'll get episode 1 up as soon as we can get some editing done. But being a live viewer, you're getting the very first take on the Cart Shop Machine Radio podcast. So bear with us. Kind of got our setup going. For those that can't see and you're just listening to the podcast, we've got a nice little backdrop here and a sports ticker. So if you're watching live, everything on that ticker is current. And if not, sorry you can't see it, but be sure to check out the video if you have not done so to this point, if you're just one of the audio listeners. So
if you're watching on YouTube, please again subscribe to the channel. Like everything that we do. Give us some comments on whether or not you like what we're doing, or if you dislike what we're doing. We'll take constructive criticism and roll with it and make the best out of it. So appreciate you. Appreciate the comments.
Yes, sir. So anyways, long day for me. Long day.
No, mine was not that bad.
You had a good day. So yeah, Monday was long for me. Had a long work day. Tuesday didn't have a long work day, but went to Louisville. Watched the Louisville Cardinals versus Duke. We looked good in the first half. Probably should have left after that. So
let me just throw something out real quick, just to go ahead and get this off the table real quick. None of you probably know this, but I am a NC State fan. Go Pack. From North Carolina. I've been here about 6 years. I guess you can call me a semi-Hoosier at this point. I will pull for IU when I watch them play, the Colts, the Bengals, whatever. But I am a diehard NC State fan. Basketball, football, swimming, tennis, cross-country running, fishing, whatever NC State's involved in, I'm a supporter of NC State program. So we will have a little bit of banter back and forth. Him being a Louisville Cardinal fan, me being an NC State fan. Being in the same conference, we're going to have some discussions. There'll be some bragging rights and things like that when we play each other. He's graciously invited us to go to the NC State Louisville game when they play in Louisville. Right. I think end of February.
Something like that. I can't keep track of it. I know we've got a game Saturday and another game Tuesday. I think Boston College Saturday and Virginia.
Hopefully we'll work a little something out before that game happens. We'll do another one of these and make a little wager where if I win, I'll have to don some Louisville Cardinal gear or something.
It's not the worst thing. It's not the worst thing.
If State wins, I'll have him put on some NC State stuff. But anyway, enough about that. I just want to get that out there, that we're going to have a little friendly rivalry with our college sports team. So
that's right. So yeah, just to kind of get some other stuff out of the way, this is primarily going to be a podcast about trading cards. Kind of our ventures into trading cards and everything that kind of surrounds that. So there's going to be some sports stuff mixed into it. There's going to be some trading card stuff. Lots of different things as far as like shows that are coming up. We'll get into everything. So a little bit more about me. My name is Jeremy Smith. I'm the owner of the Cart Shop Machine. We are based in Evansville, Indiana. And for those of you that do not know, the Cart Shop Machine is a pretty state-of-the-art vending machine for trading cards, and we're able to vend everything from single packs to blaster boxes to mega boxes, ETBs for Pokemon, We'll probably dabble into a little bit of Pokemon talk too, if I had to guess. So, since we are a trading card podcast, so, but yeah, we've got 5 locations for the Card Shop Machine. We've got one in Evansville, Indiana, one in Bloomington, Indiana, one in Greenwood, Indiana, one in Bowling Green, Kentucky, and one in Paducah, Kentucky. And that's another reason why this week has felt so long for me, because we were out late last night watching the game. We got home about 10 o'clock last night, and I was up. I got up at 5:30 this morning. Luckily, we've got a good crew that helps us get ready for stocking the machines. But my oldest daughter, Allie, she actually packed probably 80% of the stuff while we were gone.
She's a hard worker.
Yeah, so
she's a hard worker. She puts in a lot of effort to get those boxes packed out for them to get them machines filled. So she's definitely a big part of that situation for sure.
Yeah. So yeah, she luckily I paid her. I think that's the only way she would have got it done. But I did pay her, and she got everything done up real nice for me. So I got up at 5:30 this morning, tracked up to Greenwood, Indianapolis, and filled that machine. It took about 2 hours. It was so low from the holiday season, and haven't been able to get up there for a while. But spent a couple hours in Greenwood, drove south for about an hour, down to Bloomington, hit that machine as well before I came home, and I had to take a quick snoozer. Before Steve came over.
Yeah,
and
I normally take a nap here and there when I get home early too, but not today.
Yeah, so,
but yeah, a little bit about me. My name is Steve Johnson. When I first met Jeremy several years ago, I had no idea that he was in the card game. I didn't know that. I know that when I was growing up in the late 80s and early 90s, one of my friends back home, his dad had a card shop, and we were always into collecting sports cards. Didn't know anything about Pokemon or TCG or any of that kind of stuff at the time. So my background was definitely more into sports cards. Got out of it for a long time because there just wasn't anything to do with sports cards. And then, of course, in 2020, like everybody else, when the pandemic hit, kind of went crazy. Everybody got back into the sports card game again. I never was interested in Pokemon until this guy decided you got to get into Pokemon. I really didn't want to do it.
Now he's in.
Now I'm in. Like, it's crazy. It's bonkers. We'll get into some more of that stuff about Pokemon stuff, but I just wanted to give a little bit of background about me being more sports cards at the time than Pokemon. I've only been doing Pokemon for a couple of years, but we'll get into some of that stuff on the channel and give you guys an idea of more of the stuff that each one of us are more into than the other one, and some interest of ours in the sports game and stuff. So
that's right. But yeah, I've been a lifelong collector. I started collecting as a kid, and I was sitting there thinking the other day, like, what I was going to talk about as far as like back then, and I don't know if I want to air this out or not. Because I feel like I've got to say sorry to Mom and Dad.
Oh boy.
Because
Mom and Dad, if you're watching.
Yeah, so I don't even know how old I was, but there was a gas station. I grew up in Marion, Kentucky, and we lived on one side of town, and like basically on the other side of town there was this gas station convenience store that sold cards. And Mom was at work. Dad, he worked nights, so he was asleep. And this guy rode his bike all the way over to this gas station. I want to, next time I'm in Marion for work, I'm going to drive from my old house to this gas station just to see how far of a trip this was.
In a car.
In a car.
You know how far it was on your bike.
Right, miles. So I want to know how many miles I rode my bike to this gas station, and it was on more than one occasion. So sorry, Mom. Sorry, Dad.
To get Topps paper baseball cards.
Yes.
$1.50 a package.
Yes. I don't even remember how much they were, but I remember going there several times because I would spend my whatever money I had and buy cards, and but yeah, I would ride my bike all the way over to that place. It was called the Pantry. Joe has a pantry.
We did have pantries. That was our stores back in North Carolina were pantries. Yeah, we had pantries all over the place. So pantries and quick stops. That's what they were called back then.
So they had trading cards and they had comic books also, and
that's hilarious.
It's awesome. So sorry I did that. I didn't know if I wanted to share that or not, but yeah, that tells you how long I've been collecting, and it's just, it brings so much joy, even like being older and collecting cards.
Yeah, I was just about to say that at my age, I'll just say this. I'm not going to tell everybody my age. I was born in the 70s. We'll just leave it at that. And even now at my age, looking at certain cards, you just get some kind of feeling about it.
Yeah.
Like it brings you back to your childhood.
Yeah.
And the things that were important to you back in the 80s and 90s. You know, I told one of my friends recently that as where we're at in our life, we have seen what, in my opinion, the greatest athletes in every sport.
Yeah.
We were able to see them in our lifetime, where a
Yeah.
lot of people weren't able to see that. We were able to see Michael Jordan play in his prime.
Yeah.
We were able to see Wayne Gretzky play hockey.
Yeah.
We were able to see, questionable, who the greatest football player of all time, but I didn't actually see Jim Brown play, but
Jim Brown.
everybody talks about Tom Brady and Joe
Yeah.
Montana as being the goats of football and all that kind of stuff, and then
Shohei.
yeah, I mean,
Shohei.
yeah, I mean, you've got to put him up there on the Mount Rushmore of baseball players. Even now, he's been playing for a few years. And,
I don't know how you can't.
yeah, so we've been blessed to see a lot of unbelievable sports people compete, and yeah, so it's been cool in this era to be able to follow those kind of athletes and be able to watch them play in their prime. So
Yeah, for sure. I mean, that's very well said. I don't even think I can even add anything to that. But yeah, I guess moving on, that's a little bit about us. You'll learn more as we go through each episode. I'm sure we'll get into other stuff.
there will be some things said, again, like we probably shouldn't say,
Yeah.
and things that get out there that we probably would want to keep secrets, but listen, it is what it is. Things are going to come out of the closet once in a while that you don't expect to come out, but it is what it is.
I still can't believe I talked about that. Mom's probably going to kill
Right,
me.
invited
She's probably
to
going
the
to kill
pantry
me.
to get.
And I couldn't even tell you, like, I just remember one of the things that was there. It was classics. You remember classics?
Classics, yeah.
And you would buy I don't even remember what it came in, but I know, like, once you opened it up, it was a page for a binder.
Oh.
And it had 9 cards in it.
What year are you talking
Jeez,
about here?
I don't even know. I mean, it was
Classics was like, wasn't that like? Didn't they have like players in there like college? ones and
yeah,
stuff?
college. So, yeah, I mean, it's probably 95.
Oh man, that's still further on than I'd already quit collecting by then.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, I was at that point. I'll give my age. It's fine. I'm comfortable with it anymore. So that would have at 95. I would have been 12, and that sounds about right.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just remember. No, it was earlier than that. I will tell you why. Because everybody was trying to hit Shaquille O'Neal out of that.
Yeah.
So that was 92. I would have been 9 years old.
Wow, that's awesome.
I would have been 9 years old. So
Shaq in the
that's
LSU
real
uniform.
bad.
That's
I rode over railroad tracks and all kinds of stuff
on
just to
your
get
bike
there.
to get the back of classic.
And I never got a Shack. I never got a Shack. So,
Probably got a Christian Lake there.
gosh, I don't even. I remember. I want to say I got a Calvert Cheney out of that.
Well, that would have been pretty big
So-
for you around here, getting a Calvert Cheney.
It was okay. So
IU legend, so.
yeah, I don't. I really. That's the only card that I can recall that I feel like I got out of that, and I could be making that up. I don't know at this point,
That's
but.
funny.
But yeah, that's how long it's been. It was before that even, but that kind of gives you an inkling into just how long it's been. So I think I'm even heavier into the card game now.
Oh, 100%.
If you get, if we could take you on a video tour of right
We
here.
might do that one of these days on this situation.
live.
We're gonna have to get a little situation where you can see exactly what he's talking about, because
We got
until you see it, you
shelves,
can't believe it.
shelves and shelves and shelves of blaster boxes and mega boxes and
Yeah.
racks of packs and all the things that we have to operate 5 locations for the trading card vending machine, and it's pretty impressive. I still need. We talked about it the other day, but I still need to get a hold of my insurance agent.
Well, the first time I ever walked in here, I thought to myself, what kind of discipline does somebody have to not open this much product? It's literally floor to ceiling of, like you said, mega boxes, blaster boxes, just unbelievable stuff, like, Pokemon ETBs and EX boxes, and just unbelievable. And I was like, man, I know I can't. He's been saving up some sealed Pokemon product, and
Actually, It's,
Well, a
it's,
lot of people have told me in the Pokemon, you need to save some sealed product, for years down the line because everything increases in value. Like, of course, in everything that's the
Yeah.
way it works. But I don't have that kind of discipline. If there's an ETB sitting in the closet at my house and I open the door and I see it, it's getting ripped. That's just a fact. So yeah, I don't have discipline to have sealed product. I rip cards. That's what I love to do.
The
So.
bad thing is, you're gonna beat me. You're gonna beat me because my sealed collection, it's dwindling.
Yeah.
It's dwindling.
I mean, it's.
You know why though?
Well, if you've got to use it for the machine,
That's exactly right.
it just has to happen. But
so if
I
you're-
understand that. That's a business decision.
So if you're in Greenwood or Bloomington right now,
You
part
can't-
of my sealed collection is in the machines.
If you see some ETBs in
They're
there,
mine.
they probably are Jeremy's personal ETBs.
They honestly are,
Congratulations on whoever gets those, because I know those were hard to part with.
and they're immaculate.
Yeah.
Like these were hand selected out of multiple boxes,
Yeah.
like a
Did
case.
you have them in
A
the?
little clear
Clear
yeah.
cases and stuff?
They were all in there, and
Wow.
these were the best of the best. No tears, no blemishes on, no scuffs, nothing, like immaculate. And so whoever buys those, put them up, please.
Yeah.
Like, don't
Yeah, and that just lets you know how important those machines are to Jeremy. That this is like something that really means a lot to him. That
Yeah.
he is very passionate about. He takes care of those machines. If you ever see one in the mall and you're out and about, and you see one, you'll notice how clean and pristine they are, and the amount of product and different things that you can buy in those machines. You're not going to find that kind of variety anywhere, in my opinion. So you go to a sports car shop or a Pokemon store, and you might find some things like that, not at those prices, but then you'll see some Japanese packs and
Yeah.
things like that you normally wouldn't see at a Pokemon store around here. So if you're ever out and about and you see one, just keep that in mind that
It's a labor
those
of
are his
love.
babies.
It's a
And
labor of
of love for sure, and for him to put his personal stuff in there just lets you know how much it means to him to keep those machines up and running and
Yeah.
having product for the people to be able to buy.
And don't let Steve sell you short. He's a part of it as well.
And listen, and I appreciate that, man. I come over here sometimes. This is kind of like we call this our studio. I've made some videos at home. If you watch our YouTube channel, you've never seen my face. You'll see my hands. I've done some videos on YouTube, but Jeremy's been a really good friend to me. He's brought me into this thing and wanted me to be a part of this podcast and be a part of the YouTube channel. And I've dealt with some things over the years, and this is so much fun for me. It's just like I said, it brings me back to my younger age. It doesn't allow me to feel the age that I really am. It makes me feel young again when I'm over here ripping sports cards.
And you have to feel young.
You do.
You don't know. You
Yeah.
do.
Oh, I do?
Yeah, you have to. Because tell them why. Tell them what else you do for the card shop machine.
Well,
We put it on your back.
yeah, that's a little joke we use, but we
Literally, we put it on
we've
the back.
we've had multiple times where we had to move these machines. And again, if you've ever seen one of these machines, you'll understand what we're talking about.
They weigh about 850 pounds.
They're monsters. They're just super big and awkward. So when we normally move one, we put it on a trailer, and we have to literally lean this thing back on just a dolly, like on a hand truck, and we've got
tip it
people in
out.
the front to get it out, in and out of the trailer because it's so tall. You can't.
It's taller than the door.
It's taller
of
than the door of the trailer, so we have to lean it back, and
Think
literally
over.
I kind of bend over and they just lay it on my back, and I kind of help them drag it up. So that's kind of the joke, was just put it on my back when we're doing anything at work. If it's super heavy, I just say, I got it, put it on my back.
Can't do it without you. Like
I appreciate that.
Literally.
I'm getting now to where it's
no.
yeah,
No.
half of my back, but the other half
You're gonna find a new back?
I have to start wearing a back brace if I'm gonna put on.
Gonna have to find a new bag. Gonna have to
Yeah.
find a new bag.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, love the machines, and it's morphed. Like this thing started in 2023. I don't know if you realize that or not. That was the first one that we put
It
in.
doesn't seem like time has went by that fast, but it has. And it's crazy.
Which it's kind of misleading because we installed December 28th of 2023 in Eastland Mall. That was the very first location.
Yeah.
So technically, if you want to look at it from a year standpoint, it's still in its infancy, a little bit over 2 years, but If you run the number, it looks like 3. I like 3 better.
Yeah, 3 sounds.
3 sounds a little
Yeah,
better.
3 is a quality number.
So we're established in 2023. But yeah, it's kind of morphed into different avenues, I guess you would say, and some are by choice, some are not. One of the more recent, I guess, ventures, if you want to call it that. You know where I'm going with this?
I have a feeling where you're going with this.
So we've been getting hit with a whole lot of product lately.
We had a spirited conversation about this in the truck the other day, and I was actually a little on tilt because I wasn't really quite sure what he was saying to me. It was almost like I couldn't put the pieces together of the thing. But again, I don't know enough about the business to understand where he was coming from, and he definitely explained things a little bit better, kind of calm me down a little bit. I don't know why I was so jacked up.
I kept asking myself, why are you yelling at me?
It's just so frustrating.
Why are you yelling at me?
Yeah.
But not to get into like a ton of the specifics or anything, but we've had an influx of product that we've been getting in for these machines, and it's kind of pushed me in a direction that, I mean, I always thought would be kind of cool to go into, but it's almost become out of necessity now, and it's kind of pushed me. Sometimes, like, it's easy to just stay in place. It's easy to stay in place.
Yeah,
and it's pushed me to do other things that I probably would have put off and maybe never even done. Mm-hmm. So we've almost become a mini distributor. And I won't get into the specifics of that because I'm not going to share anybody else's business or anything like that. But it has essentially pushed us into becoming a micro distributor, I would say. And we have been finding new, different avenues to unload product. And I don't even know if I want to say it like that. I was getting ready to say something. I think I'm going to retract on that.
Mm-hmm.
But
think before you speak.
But yeah, I think that it's going to end up being a good thing in the end. And so far, it's been a lot of fun. A little stressful.
Yeah,
a little stressful.
But I think it's not, like you said, it's not by choice.
Yeah.
This was a situation where he was sending me pictures of a pallet.
Yeah, that was posted.
And I'm just thinking, where in the God's name are you going to put that stuff? Because again, one of these days you're going to have to see the situation to understand where we're coming from on this product deal. But it's literally overwhelming. It's overwhelming for me. I don't even live here, but when I come over here, I'm just like,
oh, you like it?
I love it.
You eat it up.
I eat it up. But it's daunting when you first see it because you can't really wrap your head around it until you've actually observed it a few times. Because the first time I came, when I left here, I was thinking, I don't know that I really seen
everything.
Yeah,
that's a good chance.
And I thought you had everything.
No,
you know.
Well, you haven't.
He has more product than Walmart or Target or any of those
tenfold
box stores.
20.
So yeah, I mean.
And you haven't even gone in there yet. Not for a while. That's all card show stuff. That's another avenue that we kind of venture into. We've got a whole section of just supply for the card shop machine and supply for my customers, my bigger customers now. But yeah, this other section of the basement, there's probably at least 12 totes for our card show runs.
We do like card shows.
We do
card shows, and I didn't really. Again, this is something that Jeremy introduced me to. He's introduced me to a lot of stuff. He's been a really good friend in this card industry for me. He's brought me up to speed on a lot of things that I really wasn't up to speed on. Got me doing some card shows. Of course, again, a lot of times when you do a card show, people want sealed product. I don't have sealed product because I can't keep it sealed because
you rip it.
I'm a degenerate and I open everything that I have. So I go to card shows and I only have singles or slabbed up stuff that I'll sell, and I don't have a lot of sealed product most of the time. That's normally Jeremy's forte.
We do a lot of it.
People need sealed product. He's got you for sure. So
we do have a good amount of sealed product. I guess part of the card show stuff's in there as well because we do have a deal with Ultra Pro and BCW, and we use both of those suppliers for all of our card protection stuff. and that's only stuff I can take to the show.
Yeah.
So I've got a rack of binders in there, every color you can imagine, top loader binders, non-top loader binders, every size of top loader you could imagine, team bags. What else? Sleeves.
When he first started buying a lot of that stuff, I was like, what are you going to do with this stuff? You can't put it on the machine. And then we went, the first show I think we did after he got that deal with him, it seemed like everybody that came up was needing a pack of top loaders or a pack of penny sleeves or something at these card shows. So it's definitely good to have that kind of product at a card show, because people are buying cards, opening cards, ripping cards, and they want to have something to put them in to be safe on the way home.
Or they buy from another vendor that isn't as particular about their stuff as us, and top loaders are all scuffed up, or their mag's all scuffed up, and they want to replace it right there. So
a lot of people put price tags on the actual top loader.
It drives me nuts.
You know,
drives me nuts.
Yeah, it's not a good operation when you're doing the card shows. But
I'm so OCD about my stuff that a top loader goes into a team bag, and then the team bag gets priced.
So if you need to change the price, you just take it out of the team bag.
That's
take the price tag off of the team bag. But
I don't want the customer to go home with a top load, like they're getting ready to put that in their collection.
And
like,
if it goes into a binder, it's got a price tag on it, and it just looks terrible. But
and then if you try to scratch it off, you know that game. You've played that game.
Yeah, 100%.
So we have multiple venues that we operate out of. So it's not just the machines. It's not just kind of wholesale deals to our customers now. But as we were talking about, do a lot of card shows. Right up until the holidays, I want to say I was doing, how many card shows were I?
I mean, I was usually doing about one a month. The one that was in Louisville.
You were telling me to slow down for a while.
I would do the one in Louisville, Kentucky once a month, and you don't understand until you do some card shows once a month.
It's a lot of work.
It is a lot of work, because what you have priced at a card show this month will not be the same as next month. You have to go through every card again, reprice everything, because the market's so all over the place with sports cards or Pokemon cards based on who's injured or who's hurt for the year and things like that. So doing a card show is a lot of work as well, and he was doing card shows. He was doing some big things, which, again, he's big time, so he can do big things like that. So he was doing the...
I hear this all the time.
What was the show you did in Chicago? Or you did
Collecticon.
Collecticon. That's on another level. I will do a little local show, and then there's Big Dogs, and he's a big dog. So I try to keep him grounded a little bit, make him realize that he's got to take a little time for himself and relax and breathe.
I don't do that.
He doesn't do that. He
don't
goes, go, and keep going. So, but listen, the guy knows what he's doing. He's a good businessman, and
we try.
I am learning a lot from him. So very thankful to be a part of this. So
definitely, and I'm glad I've got a co-pilot.
Yeah,
honestly,
yeah, it's fun. It's a good time.
It's always a good time, and So another thing, like kind of on our personal side, Steve and I actually work together also. So a little bit more than just the cards and that sort of thing. Like Monday, we spent 10 hours in the truck together, doing some work, and yeah, it's always a good time. I always appreciate being able to work with Steve, and I wish it happened more often.
Yeah. So
that was the first time.
When we ride around for 10 hours in the truck all day, we talk about everything.
Yeah.
It gives us really a chance to. We really discussed this the other day in depth on that ride for several hours about, hey man, what are we gonna do in the first episode of the podcast? And it gives us a chance to talk about things that maybe we wouldn't otherwise have time to talk about, because we can't literally see each other every day after work. It's one of these things where it's a couple of times a week that right now that's where we're at this point, trying to do our YouTube channel and this podcast on, I think probably on Wednesdays.
Probably on Wednesdays.
And then, of course, I don't know if you mentioned this earlier, but we'll have some information on the screen at some point, but he's doing Whatnot shows on Sundays. I'll let him give you a little bit more information on those, and so yeah, if you want to talk about the Whatnot shows.
So that's another avenue that we've actually started going through to kind of unload product, and we do some singles, we do some sealed stuff, we do slabs, but yeah, we are now on Whatnot as the Card Shop Machine. So if you are someone that loves to be on Whatnot, we would love for you to come over and join us on the channel at some point. And we started, I think Allie looked, and we started December 23rd of 2025.
So, I mean, less than a month ago.
Less than a month. You know how many items it says we've sold? We've sold over 1,000 items already.
In less than a month.
In less than a month.
That's great.
So we're moving. We're moving some stuff.
Yeah.
And we had some like, what do they call them? Goals? Matches. Matches.
Yeah.
And we had a couple of their matches, and so we really, that was good motivation. I hope they pop some more of those up, because very, very nice program. We actually just got elevated to early payouts.
Right.
Which is always good.
In a month.
Which is always good.
Yeah, that's always good when you get your money.
So
quicker.
Now every time we print a label and scan it, we get our money rather than having to wait for the delivery to be completed. So definitely helps us, and definitely helps us kind of build our brand and continue making progress on everything. So. But yeah, Whatnot's been a blast. We do everything from sports singles to, you know, sealed product to Pokemon singles. We did another Pokemon show the other day.
He actually did a live break about a week ago of where, you know, people buy into a spot and you get a team assigned to you, and whatever cards come out of that product for that team, everybody gets their cards from that team. That was pretty fun. I watched a lot of breakers on YouTube.
It was nasty.
And it was just, the boxes were sick, had some great stuff in it, but those were a lot of fun. I've always watched a lot of people on YouTube, a lot of breakers. I'll mention some of those that I watch and keep up with at some point in this podcast. Probably give some shout outs to some people that I really personally like in the industry. So, but yeah, watching the break the other day it's actually really fun to watch that, because people get super excited and they get great deals on stuff. So they were, you know, getting spots in a hobby box break for $18 or $19, which is unheard of. And then on the single side, people are getting really good cards for $1, $3, $5, stuff that's worth $10, $12, $15. So Whatnot is a place to go if you're looking to buy some cards at a cheap price and get some good deals on some stuff. So.
But I'll tell you, like, it still doesn't make sense to me. Whatnot? Because me and another guy was talking about it today, and there's you have a card you throw out there you're expecting $20 out of, and you get 4.
Yeah.
And then there's other times you throw a card out that you'd be happy to get $1 out of.
Yeah.
And it goes for 10.
It's an odd weird situation, but I'm not on there as far as like I come over and do the Whatnot with him, but as far as being on the actual app, I'm not.
Yeah.
But not yet. I just I am I don't know what you would call it when I talk about being the guy that can't leave product sealed.
Yeah.
I'm also the guy that has a hard time not swiping on something that I want, and then I'm like, oh, I forgot I actually have to pay for that.
Yeah.
You know,
it makes it too easy.
Yeah, my nephew's doing some stuff on Whatnot with shoes, buying a lot of shoes and stuff, and he sends me pictures of shoes, and he's like, you want a pair of these? I'm like, yes. And then I'm like, oh my God, I have to pay this guy for these shoes. So now I've got 2 or 3 pairs of shoes that I owe him money for because he had to buy my shoes on Whatnot. And if I would have been on there myself, it could have been a disaster. But anyway, yeah, Whatnot's cool.
It's been a lot of fun.
It's interesting for sure.
It's been a lot of fun. We've like I said, we've sold over 1,000 items. It doesn't tell me exactly how many. I'm sure.
That's good for a month.
Yeah, I'll take it.
For sure.
And we have 5-star feedback, 100% 5-star feedback.
Well, your shipping is, you've talked about that before.
Yeah.
He ships his stuff based on the same way he takes care of his cards at a card show or in his machines. It's very well packaged. Everything's in top loaders or in tin sleeves and team bags, and it's shipped out. It's some of the cleanest, freshest stuff that you'll see off Whatnot, in my opinion. But again, I may be a little biased, but I feel give credit where it's due.
I feel that way.
So,
like, I know how particular I am. My wife tells me all the time that I'm way too particular. So, like, I feel like it bleeds over into
not a bad trait to have.
Right.
It's not a bad trait.
Right. So, yeah, everything that we sell on Whatnot, it's at least near mint to mint condition. A lot of times, it's going to be something that you can take from the envelope and pop it back in another envelope and send it down to Florida or California and get it graded.
Yeah.
So I feel that strongly and that confident about what I do and how I prepare stuff to be sent out. And just come join us. See it for yourself.
Yeah, come on to the Whatnot show when we get some dates out there. Again, we're having a little trouble with our screen tonight, flashing some stuff of when we're going to be doing some shows. But I'm sure Jeremy can pass on some information before this episode is over about when the next Whatnot show is, what time, and all that kind of stuff. And you guys can definitely come and join us. It's a good time. It's very fun. We talk a lot of smack and play music. We play some really good jams.
We've been complimented on the music multiple times.
Yeah, it's a good time. Very fun.
But the next one that we'll be doing, that's not a pop-up. We do pop-ups all the time, so follow us on there. You'll get a notification if we do go live. But the next one that we're going to be doing, which is going to be on a routine basis, we're going to be on Sundays at 7 p.m. Central every night. I think that's what me and Allie have decided. And I guess just to throw this back out there again, like, as much as she helps me, like, I couldn't do those shows without her.
No, it's a
two-person thing.
It is. It's a situation, like I said, that I wasn't familiar with. So we're going to talk about this in a minute. I want to talk about my personal thing that I threw out that I wanted to discuss on here, at least this first episode for a little while, was some graded cards versus ungraded cards. But with that in mind, when I would first come over and Jeremy would allow me to go in the studio and do a YouTube video of breaking a box or opening packs or whatever it was, and a lot of times it was me and him. We were opening his personal stuff, so whatever came out of those boxes was his stuff. It was just, for me, it was just a fun time to be able to rip packs because I like opening packs even if it's not my stuff. Then I started bringing my own things over here every now and again, breaking some stuff, opening some packs, but I didn't really understand the amount of effort it takes to run the videos, edit the videos, upload the videos, all the things that go on that even now I really don't have any part of, which is I'm going to be getting into it a little bit more because I feel like for as long as he's allowed me to come over here and do the videos and stuff, this guy puts in hours and hours and hours of behind the scenes things that nobody will ever see or know of that I personally do. And his daughter, she's really key to this thing as far as the card shop machines and things like that. So
the shows, everything.
There's a lot of effort that goes into some of this stuff, and he puts in a lot of work behind the scenes. I get to come over here like tonight and sit at the table and play. And he's done all of the work on the computer, getting the lighting set up, getting the camera set up.
And I apologize if it's not good.
Doing all. No, this is amazing, and I hope people really enjoy it and like it. So, but yeah, this is a thing that takes a lot of effort to get done. Even doing this little small podcast that we're doing here, to get this up and running and getting putting the sports ticker up and hanging the TV and connecting the mics and the laptop and doing the lighting and all the stuff on the tripods and all this stuff. This is a lot of work, and I have to say, this guy, he puts in a lot of effort to get this thing to where it is, and hopefully it's appreciated by you guys and by everybody out there watching. Again, I appreciate it, and you allow me to come over here and have a good time.
I'm just glad.
With hardly any effort that I have to put in, which is, again, one other thing I want to talk about, we're going to talk about the cards, but Jeremy, we send a lot of cards off to get graded. He sends a lot more than I send, but just to get into a second about the graded stuff, and then we'll talk about PSA and CGC and SGC and all that kind of stuff. But so if I want to get some cards graded, I literally put them in the card savers, and I bring them to Jeremy. And Jeremy takes my stack of cards, and he goes and sits at the computer, and he puts in all the information, and he does all the about the cards and to the PSA or SGC or CGC or whoever we send it to. He packs them all up, sends them off, takes them to the post office, and then when they come back, he says, "Hey man, I got your cards ready," and he hands them to me, and I get to go home and look at my cards that I got graded, and I've done absolutely no work or nothing to add to the work that he does. So again, brother, you have no idea how much. I appreciate everything that you do on the back end of this thing, man, because without you, I ain't even here because, I don't know how this even happens, but it's a good time.
It's meant to be.
And I'm glad to be here.
It's meant to be.
And I appreciate you.
So yeah, no, it gives me an outlet and an excuse to, I guess, take some time for myself. It's like this doesn't feel like work or anything to that level. So if nothing else, it's therapeutic for me.
Yeah, for sure. Me as well. It really is. It's an outlet, that's for sure.
Yeah, and hopefully it's one that continues for quite some time. Like we said, we're going to be trying to do this on Wednesdays. Not sure how often. I would like at least once or twice a month. I don't know what your thoughts are on it.
Absolutely.
But yeah, we'll just kind of see how things go. But definitely Wednesdays are the time to join us on the live, and it'll probably take me a couple days to get everything edited as far as the audio and put up. But I would suspect like Wednesdays for the live, Friday, Saturday-ish for just the straight audio. Is kind of what I'm thinking, but we'll see how it goes.
We've got some videos in the queue for YouTube that he'll be getting up and pretty soon.
We actually don't.
No,
we actually don't.
Okay, well, never mind.
No, you remember me telling you over there that the computer keeps crashing?
Okay.
I think we've lost the videos.
We're probably going to have to do some more YouTube videos.
Which we'll get to rip.
It gives us a chance to open some cards.
It gives us
touche.
It gives us a rip.
I'm glad they're gone. No, I'm not really glad they're gone.
Let me plug that in.
Okay.
That's not good. I thought I did that.
Yeah, we don't want that.
My apologies. Our laptop is running low on.
Don't want that to go out in the middle of us talking.
Yeah.
So, one question I definitely want to ask to kind of get this out of the way that I want to talk to Jeremy about and get his opinion on. I think I really know most of his opinion on it, but and you guys out there that are watching, if you've got an opinion on this at all, but
feel free to comment on the feed.
Everybody knows, I think, unless you're under a rock, if you're in the card industry, what's been going on recently with PSA. So when I first started sending cards off to get graded, we used PSA.
Mm-hmm.
And then we had a couple of issues. I'm not going to get into detail about the issues. It was just issues that were really not cool.
Outside of our control.
Yeah, outside of our control for sure. So we had some cards that we sent off, and they came back, and they were graded based on some damage
that was
not there when we sent the cards. Now, listen.
Stuff happens.
It's human error. I'm not ever going to say, oh, these people are damaged our card intentionally and just kept grading it and doing what they're doing. I understand fully that this is a hands-on operation. Mm-hmm. There's going to be mistakes made. When you're grading big cards and and you're flipping them and trying to make a profit on cards like that, the difference between the amount of money that it creates for you it hurts, especially when you're sending off big cards. So we stopped sending the PSA for a little while. We both had a little sour taste in our mouth about PSA. We started grading with SGC a little bit. I liked SGC. I liked their slabs. The tuxedo slabs I thought were really cool. But nobody wanted to buy SGC slabs. We would take them to card shows, and people would avoid those things like the plague.
Yeah.
Everybody was like, oh man, if you had that in a PSA, I'd buy it. And we were thinking, what? So if you get cards graded with anybody else other than PSA, you're just flapping in the wind according to people that I've talked to. Everybody says PSA is king. If you don't send them to them, you're not going to get your value out of the cards. So we switched and went a different direction after CGC decided they were going to start grading more vintage cards, I guess.
Or SGC got bought by PSA.
And they do more vintage cards now. I don't think they grade TCG cards or Pokemon or anything.
They still do.
Do they?
They still do, but they're more known for vintage sports. That's where a lot of people take vintage sports is SGC.
We started doing some CGC. Now, my first CGC submission, when I first got it back, I was blown away. I love their slabs.
Slabs are
crystal clear.
Top notch.
Yeah, top notch. They're amazing. And I did a little research, and based on some things that Jeremy told me about, the CGC used to be the grading company for Pokemon.
And comics.
And for TCG, basically in general. I don't know what happened or how it just flipped over to where now everything is PSA. I was at a card show recently just walking around, and I had some CGC slabs I was trying to sell. And one of the dealers says to me, I look at CGC 10s as PSA 9s. And I was thinking, well, man, that really kills the value of my 10, even the CGC, when they grade on the same exact scale. They're 55, 45 on centering, PSA and CGC. But anyway, if you have any thoughts on whether or not we should grade more cards or less cards, I've noticed recently, especially doing Pokemon, that way more people in the Pokemon industry want to buy ungraded cards. A lot of people are looking to buy cards to finish a set or to put in a binder, especially kids. I've seen kids that every kid that comes up to our table has a binder. Yep. They take their card they buy and they put it in their binder, they shut up their binder and they walk away. Now you may have some big high-end collectors that want to buy slabbed up PSA cards or CGC cards, but I know in my opinion, I just feel like, especially in Pokemon, a lot of people are like looking more to the ungraded stuff than the graded stuff that the card shows. So I don't know what your thought is on that, but
I think it depends on the market, to be honest, like the geographical market, because you were talking about people locally not wanting SGC or CGC, but in my experience, which we do a lot on eBay anymore, that's another venture, another avenue that we sell, it kind of gets diluted. I think I guess you open it up to having so many more potential buyers that you don't necessarily, you don't lose anything, or not as much, because there's going to be a buyer out there on eBay that wants a CGC or is fine with CGC, and we don't have problems moving slabs of SGC or CGC slabs on eBay.
Yeah, I was able to sell some, but I didn't get nearly what they were worth, just because, like I said, the people are like, we just don't. I don't want CGC, and I don't. It just confuses me, especially in Pokemon. Like, why are people so caught up on only grading with PSA? It's like PSA or nothing in the industry right now, and I was just like, man, it's a crazy thing. But
which there may be a shift with everything going on too. So,
but again, I'm a degen. I'm a degenerate, so I am going to continue to send cards to PSA if I feel like that's going to be beneficial more for me. Because, like I said, I don't consider myself, what do they call it, a scalper. I don't consider myself a scalper because I can't go into any store and clear the shelf off. I can go to the store and buy what I can afford to buy, and that's what I have.
Yeah.
So if I happen to go into a Walmart and I catch a restock and I buy a few boxes, I don't consider that a scalper, even if I sell them. I'll call myself a reseller because I do grade cards sometimes specifically for one purpose, and that is to flip it to make money, because I'm looking to make money on some of the cards. It is.
It's a business. It is.
But it's also a hobby for me too. And I think that's where I've gotten lost in this whole thing over the last couple of years is I don't have a collection of cards for myself.
I've got small.
And everybody that I've talked to, they have what's called a PC, a personal collector. They're like, oh, that's going to be in my PC. Well, I don't have one of those.
You need one.
I do need one. But again, it's like, if I have a PC card and somebody wants to buy it, I'll sell it. Look, that's just the way it is. I don't. It's like you with the boxes in the machines. You just the demand is there. You have to put the product out. But I've gotten away from the actual collecting part that I really want to get back into. Start putting some cards away for myself, just to have to once in a while just go look at it and let it make me smile. You know what I mean? I'm looking at other people's cards now and letting it make me smile.
No, you need a PC. You need a PC. Mine's very small anymore. Like, whenever we started the businesses, I still regret selling my 86 Fleer PSA 7 Jordan and my 86 Fleer sticker PSA 8 Jordan.
Those are.
I can't even touch those. Weird. I can't even touch them anymore.
Yeah, that's weird.
I couldn't even get a PSA 1.
What was the logic? Was it just because you really needed money at the time to
well, at the time, like who would have thought that the cards would have 10x'd? There's no way. Like, I was making money off of it at the time. Like, it, we needed some capital to kind of get everything going, and I mean, I really didn't think that, looking at it now, that I wouldn't be able to buy back in. But now I can't buy that.
Right, yeah, you've heard them stories of people selling cards for $500 10 years ago, and now they're worth
Yeah.
$20,000 or $25,000.
Yeah, you can't touch
It's just, yeah, there's no.
You can't touch them now.
Yeah, it's a.
But I do.
It's odd that you sold your Jordans though, as big of a Jordan fan as you
Yeah,
are.
I don't know why I did it. I regretted it immediately. As soon as I told the guy yes, I regretted it.
Yeah.
And then it wasn't even out of my hands yet. But
We had a chance a while back, I thought, to buy another one, and it kind of fell through.
I haven't heard from that guy. I need to reach back out.
Yeah, there was another one out there. It wasn't graded.
It was raw.
Yeah,
But
I don't know if it would have graded a 7, but
No, but it would have been a nice one.
yeah, it would have been anything like that to have. It's just is good to have.
I need to. I forgot all about that actually. I need to reach back
You're
out to
welcome.
that guy. But yeah.
Everything's back up for you to get back into
No,
the situation.
my PC, it's really small, but the ones that I have in there, for the most part, like mean a lot to me. Like my Beam Team Jordan. Did I ever tell you about how I got that card?
No,
Never did.
no. I knew you got it in a weird way, but because you
So-
told me it was just a weird story of how you got it, but I don't think you ever told me.
Yeah, so back whenever we lived in our old house, and you could still buy Stadium Club boxes they were like $100 a piece. $100 a piece. And I bought 4 of them. And me and Sarah, which Sarah's my wife, we were in the spare bedroom of our old house on the floor, had these boxes, so start going through everything. She's like, we're going through a little bit of it, and I told her initially like what we were looking for, and a little bit later she's like, what are we looking for? And I said, Jordan Beam Team. And she goes, like this? And I had that card. It was raw for, geez, I don't even know how long now, but I mean, we just sent that thing off probably within the last 2 years,
Yeah.
and it had set. I still think that thing's better than a 9. I still think it's better than a 9.
Well, what was that? 92? Was that the
That was
92 Stadium
92.
Club?
Yeah, because
So-
Shaq was the rookie in that
So
Beam Team.
when that set came out,
Series 2, I believe.
I lived in North Carolina, of course, and again, one of my friends that lived in North Carolina had a card shop. His dad had a card shop, and we basically just had free reign to just go over there, and his dad would just give us packs or give him boxes and say, y'all can open this or whatever it was. It was awesome.
Yeah.
And he'd give us a box of those, and we'd go sit in his living room and open up the packs, and we'd take the beam teams and take them into a different card shop in town and sell them. You know what I mean? Because
That was the business
we
back
couldn't,
then.
we couldn't take them back to his dad and sell them to him
Right.
after he gave us the card. So we'd take them to another card shop and sell them. But even back then, the beam teams that was like one of the first, I think, inserts.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know?
And it was a pretty one too.
Yeah. Now every single set of cards that comes out has insert cards, 4 and 5 different inserts now. And there used to be one.
Yeah.
You know, and if you got it, you were like.
I don't think there was another one back then.
Yeah, I don't think so either. Because Stadium Club and Fleer Ultra,
Fleer had
stuff
a
like
bunch.
that. Fleer Ultra had
Fleer
some.
Ultra had some.
Yeah, they had some stuff like that.
But yeah, Top Stadium Club, I think that may have been the one.
Yeah,
The only
teams are awesome.
I still love that card. I do open it out, get it out of the safe every now and then.
And just peek at it.
Just peek at it. But yeah, my PC is pretty small right now.
Yeah.
But I'm hoping to build that up. I would love to have another Jordan, but yeah, another rookie. But
You'll get one at some point.
we'll see.
You've got some stuff I think that you'd probably trade and pay a little trading cash up for one.
I doubt it. Not with all these invoices I've been getting lately.
Let's not talk about
All right, so we'll save that one for another
Save that
time.
for
But that's
we'll save that for maybe episode 5 or 6 or something. We'll throw that little nugget back at you and see what people's thoughts are on that. But
so yeah. I guess we're getting awful close to an hour here.
Yeah.
But
once again, thank you guys so much.
I'm not cutting it off just
Oh
yet.
yeah. But I just want to tell everybody I appreciate you watching. Please check us out on YouTube. Check out the Card Shop Machine on YouTube. We have a lot of videos on there. Like the videos, subscribe to the channel. The subscribers really help us to be able to put out some content. So, and hopefully this podcast is successful.
I feel like it's been good.
This has been a good time. Hopefully we can do this more than
If nothing else, it's
twice a
fun
month.
for us.
Yeah,
So,
it's fun for us. So hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Leave a comment for us and tell us what you think of us. If you think we're not the right guys to do a podcast,
Might not be.
we might not be, but we'll take it if that's what you guys think. So again, we appreciate it, but yeah.
Yeah, for sure. So yeah, let's. We had a couple other things on our show notes that I think I would like to hit on before we kind of cut everything off. But kind of in the beginning, or we didn't start right at the end of the year, but we're starting at the beginning of 2026. So I think it's still relevant that we can talk about what were one or two of your favorite things in 2025 in the karting industry that you've experienced.
For me personally, I had this little shtick on YouTube where I always talked about how I never pull any big cards. That was my deal on every video. Every video I said, thank you guys for watching, but if you're watching to see a big card pull, you're watching the wrong video because I don't pull big cards. Recently that changed for me. I pulled a couple of big cards for Jeremy that we had. We've got a couple videos on YouTube of that. Go check that out. Some sports cards that we pulled. And then for me personally, my favorite product this year, even though I'm huge into sports, was the Pokemon that came out in 25, which I think Mega Evolutions came out in early 25, if I'm not mistaken, or was that in 24? Was that
no, it was definitely 2025. I want to say because they typically release in 3-month increments in the U.S. and Phantasmal Flames came out in November-ish, so it would have been September-ish.
Yeah. So when Mega Evolutions came out, I absolutely loved it. The art on the cards was so different from things that I had seen in previous Pokemon years. Now, there's other Pokemon sets that I like, and I like the cards from Pokemon sets. I think the 151 illustration rares are probably the best top to bottom illustration rares in the game of Pokemon. But I love Mega Evolution. Then when Phantasmal Flames came out, I was, again, just blown away by the cards that were in that set.
And you finally hit some big ones out of that, too.
Yeah, so two or three. I hit three pretty good cards out of Phantasmal. So the first one I pulled, this was on here to talk about my favorite cards that I pulled this year. But I pulled the Phantasmal Flames Mega Charizard, the SIR, out of a $5 pack that I got at
Dollar Store, wasn't it?
No, not that. It might have been at
Cracker Barrel? Was that what you were telling me?
No, I think it was Family Dollar. I think I bought some packs from Family Dollar and pulled that out of there. And then one day I was waiting on Jeremy to get home, and I stopped at this Dollar General by his house, and I bought 3 or 4 packs of Phantasmal Flames for I think $5 a pack, and I pulled the gold Mega Charizard out of there. Yeah. I ended up selling it the next day at a card show for $300. Got it out of a $5 pack. That worked out for me. And then at that same show, part of the selling of that card, I put some other cards in it, and part of my return was an ETB of Phantasmal Flames. And when I got home, I opened the ETB, and there was another Mega Charizard in there. So I sent one to PSA and expressed it, and they took forever because that's what they do. And it came back PSA 10. I was stoked because that's going to, again, help me buy some things to stay in the game. And then my other one I decided to send to the CGC, and it got a pristine 10. So those 2 cards were huge for me this year. Probably my biggest cards I've ever pulled in my life, even going back to my days in the 80s and 90s opening cards. I don't think I've ever pulled anything that big. So I can't use that anymore on my YouTube channel, so now when I do it, I have to keep that out of it. I can't say, oh yeah, I'm the guy that never pulls big cards, because it's just not true. I have pulled some big cards recently.
If you ain't ripping
yeah, and then he's always said that to me. I got to the point where I was thinking, I got to get out of this industry. I got to get out of the card game, because I'm spending way more money than I'm ever taking in, and that's not where you want to be if that's
hobbies cost money.
Yeah, but hobbies cost again. But I was losing the hobby part.
Okay.
I was buying and selling, and that's I lost track of the hobby because I wasn't collecting. I'm selling everything for everybody else to collect, and I wasn't collecting.
You got.
Yeah, I was losing the fun on the collecting part. I'm gonna get back into that for sure this year. That's one of my New Year's resolutions, is to get back into actually having some cards of my own to collect. But as far as that goes, yeah, that was my those Pokemon, weirdly enough, was my favorite products of 2025 for sure.
2025.
For sure. So, what about you?
I thought about it leading up to getting on here, and we had a lot of awesome things in 2025.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot. There's a whole lot, but I think if I had to like put a pin on it as to what my favorite part of 2025 in the card industry was, I think it has to be going to the National.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it almost has to be.
I didn't get to go. We are definitely. That's on my bucket list for next year, or this 2026, is to get back to the National. For me personally, to go back. I know he just talked about it like it's just the greatest thing ever if you're into this industry like we are. I definitely want to go. So
I think it had to be my favorite thing of all of 2025, and I guess the reason behind it is the fact that I got to share it with my team.
Yeah. His wife and his two daughters,
They're upstairs right now, and that's we went and we get to our hotel. I think, did we leave after I got off work? I think.
Yeah,
if I remember correctly.
That's a good little drive.
And we got there late.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure we got the last room, even though we had reservations. I'm not even lying, because there was a guy that was right behind us that did not get a room.
Wow.
We were supposed to have 2 kings or 2 queens. We ended up with 1 queen and a roll-in bed. A roll-in bed. Peyton slept on the roll-in bed, and Allie, Sarah, and I all slept in the bed. And I don't know that any of us slept.
Yeah.
And it was quiet in the room, but it was the craziest thing that I've ever seen. We were probably on the 8th, 10th floor or something like that. And whenever we were up, I showed you the pictures, right? Whenever we were going to our room across the little catwalk or whatever, you look down into the lobby area on every side, both sides of the little catwalk. And there are people set up, sitting in the floor everywhere, cards all spread out. It was like a freaking card show in the lobby. And I was kidding about that whole thing until we got there. I was like, holy crap, I think I manifested this, because this is what I was talking about on the way. But yeah, we got up there really, really late. Don't know that any of us really slept. My wife, she was not really interested in going. But after the fact, she talked about how, she really did enjoy it, because it wasn't just cards. They had costumes that people on the set of The Walking Dead wore, costumes from Batman and Robin from the 50s, and
Game of Thrones, and
all kinds of stuff. And there was literally something for everybody that was there. And we walked, I don't even remember what it was, but it was something stupid. We walked 13 miles, is what our watches said. And we were exhausted by the end of it, but I think that was my favorite time of 2025, just because I got to share what I like with them, and they enjoyed it as well. So
yeah, that's good. That's awesome.
So I think that has to be what my favorite part of. But we had some good ones. We pulled a Giannis downtown on stream.
Yeah.
We got
we made the If Sports top 10 on retail pools, number 4.
Number 4, is that what it was? I couldn't remember.
Retail top 10. That was a pretty big deal for us to make a list like that on our channel. So that was cool. You put a lot of downtowns.
Not basketball. It was only basketball. Football.
Pretty good football downtown.
We've pulled a lot of football downtowns. Pulled some kabooms.
Yeah.
And then we've had a lot of good card shows and stuff too.
Yeah. It's been a good year. It's been fun, man. I think we're heading into 2026 in the right direction. You know what I mean? I think this is.
It's getting ready to.
I think we're gonna start climbing the mountain.
We're trying, but yeah, we've got a big show coming up, January 31st. It's actually here in Evansville, Indiana. It's put on by one of our good friends, David, at the Hobby Den. He's the owner of the Hobby Den, and it's probably for one of the local shows, it's probably the best show that is out there.
Yeah, it's at the Old National Events Plaza, and it's a super cool room that they put the show on in. Great lighting, air conditioning. I think they have some food vendors there and stuff like that. So it's that's a very, very cool show. So
That's
if you're
big.
in the Evansville area at the end of the month, or anywhere in this area, and you want to go to a good show, that one would be a good one to come to. So.
That is the show. That's what I'm looking forward to in the immediate future. Is that show, just because in the past it's been really, really good. And this will be the third year that we've done it.
Mm.
Did you realize that?
I think I didn't do the first one. I think I did last year.
You did the first one.
Or did I not do last year?
Because you, TJ, and
one
I,
or something.
TJ, and I did the first one. We had one little bitty table.
That's right.
You remember when we started?
I do remember that.
We had one little bitty table, and we bought another table to set behind everything so we could stack more stuff on it.
We had cards just sitting on the table. We didn't have any showcases or anything like that at that time. So.
Yeah. So
man, we've come a long way.
yeah. So we're up to 7 tables.
Seven tables for that show. So we're. Oh man, we are big time, aren't we?
You didn't realize that?
No, I didn't. I didn't realize we had one table at that show.
We only had one table. We all three had stuff on that table.
Oh my God.
Because remember, TJ had all the same player in slabs. I don't remember who it was, but he had like 30.
Yeah, he started the PC guy that played for the Hornets. I'm trying to remember what his name was. He bought a lot of his cards, thinking he was going to be the next.
And then he just tried to double.
Yeah, and then it just went the other way. So
that's hilarious.
Yeah,
But yeah, I guess since we're over a little bit over an hour right now, we kind of want to keep things at an hour. That's kind of the goal, and we don't want to make it too long for you guys. But with as much traveling and stuff as I do, and Steve as well, I don't know if he's like me or not, but I'm always looking for something to listen to, and it was just kind of one of these things where I just wasn't hearing what I wanted to hear or anything that I kind of latched onto. So I was like, let's start a podcast.
I didn't know that there was a shortage of podcasts based on around sports cards in general, or in cards in general, sports cards, Pokemon, that kind of thing. But
and there may not be. I may just not have found
them.
it.
Yeah, may just not have found them yet. But yeah, we're
But I struggled.
Yeah.
So
this I think is because we're going to put some more information into this thing. It's not just going to be cards. So if you're expecting just to hear about cards on this channel, I think you're going to on this podcast. We're probably going to get into some other things.
Yeah.
Like I said, I feel like I want to do some weekly pick'ems and some NBA games and talk about some NBA
For
players
sure.
and where the MVP thing is going and NFL season. And maybe the next episode we'll be talking about how IU won the national championship in football. So
maybe. So yeah,
that's where we're headed with that. So yeah.
But yeah, definitely check us out. Feel free to like, share, follow, subscribe to all of our avenues. I know we got a lot of them anymore, but they're all good.
Yeah,
they're getting there. They're getting there. They're not. We're always striving for another level,
sure.
And
if this is a learning experience for us, this is our first endeavor into the podcast world. So.
Hopefully all the mics sound okay.
Hopefully it sounded good.
I have no clue. We may have done all this for nothing, but we'll definitely see. We'll learn from it. We'll move forward, and we'll definitely keep coming up with new ways to get out there, and it's maybe built out of necessity. Maybe something else that happened.
Keep the name in people's heads. The Card Shop Machine.
That's right. So
when you think of the Card Shop Machine, you think about us.
Yeah. I don't know why anybody would be thinking about the Card Shop Machine at all without the other pieces of it. But anyways, guys, thank you all so much for watching, tuning in, and you got anything you want to end on?
I appreciate it. It's been a good time.
Yeah, for sure.
Appreciate it.
So, yeah, we will see you guys.